Hello everyone! In today's video, we will be discussing map projections. So first things first, map projection is a method of displaying the curved surface of the Earth onto a two-dimensional plane like a piece of paper or a computer screen. Map projections can be used to produce maps of larger or smaller areas, and it is thus a great alternative to the use of globes because, we can't fit globes into our pockets. Coordinate reference systems are then used to define the relationship between the projected map and the locations on the Earth. Now for some history. The Renaissance period contributed greatly to the development of new map projection methods. These new methods were developed as the demand and need for map projections increased. This demand was due to the fact that the people of this time were focusing on the Earth as a whole, which enabled the production of global maps. The necessity for new map projections were felt even more intensely in the 15th century when the Portuguese explored more of the southern hemisphere. This led to the production of globes and world maps where the graduations were drawn on a plane. So by now you are probably wondering how map projections work. Well, let us show you. So map projections work by projecting maps onto developable surfaces. These surfaces can be conic, cylindrical, or planar. So before you choose a map projection, you need to keep in mind that each developable surface produces a specific map with a certain distortion. A few other things to consider is the function of the map, the scale, size and shape of the area, the location, purpose, and audience. So there are 4 types of map projections and each uses a different developable surface. Conformal projections use cones, equivalent and equidistant projections both use cylinders, and azimuthal projections use planes. So here are a few examples of the types of map projections. For conformal, we have the Lambert conformal conic projection. For cylindrical, we have the equal area cylindrical projection, and for azimuthal, here is the Lambert equal area azimuthal projection. Each type of map projection has its own advantages. Equal area projections preserve area and is thus used on thematic maps. Conformal map projections preserve the shape of the Earth and is useful for navigating weather maps and charts. Equidistant map projections preserve distance, while azimuthal projections preserve direction. But as everything in life, map projections are not perfect and they do have some disadvantages. The scale of the map can be distorted, which means that the points on the edge of the map can be stretched apart. The scale on the map will then be greater than the scale of the actual distance. Distortion of distance can also occur when map features are compressed, thus rendering the distance inaccurate. Other types of distortion can affect length, direction, and geographical features. The type of distortion depends on the developable surface that was used. This is because each surface produces different shapes, sizes, and directions for the same area. So, to summarize what we have learned in this video, the major disadvantage of map projections is that distortion will occur in one way or another. However, each map projection has an advantage as it can preserve certain aspects. Different types of map projections are projected onto different developable surfaces. This means that you have a few things to consider before you can choose a map projection. Navigation has always been a human factor of consideration. However, cartography is taking new heights with contemporary technological innovations, thus making the job for cartographers and users a little less steep.